client. I know that it can be, a little bit daunting to, right, to figure out if you're working with your ideal client, and we talk about branding and things like that, but I'm not talking about that today. My goal is to bring you clarity, right? So that's why I'm coming to you live from my YouTube channel, talking about igniting clarity. And, I'm really excited to be able to live stream. And actually, this is one of my first times using live streams. So definitely give me a shout out in the comments section and all that good stuff. Definitely love to hear from you guys. So, when you're looking at the whole aspect of working with your ideal client, the one thing that could and is very huge is that you tend to, work off fear, right? Fear normally says work with everybody and anyone who who it comes your way, right? And that is one way to be, stressed out, not happy with what you're doing, and even questioning to say, should I even be doing this at this time? And I really, really want to bring you these clarity points. Okay. Now, one aspect that I always have, you know, oh, hey, how you doing? I see some live viewers. Go ahead and comment below. Tell me where you're from, how you doing, all that good stuff. Right now I'm talking about being able to pick your ideal client out. And a lot of individuals are led by the aspect of the fear part of when it comes to, you know, like working with individuals, right? Because so they're thinking, I have to pay my bills, so I'm going to work with this person. And what that ends up doing is it becomes to clutter. It begins to clutter things in your life, and you don't have extreme clarity on exactly where you're going, what you're doing. And one quote that I really love, it says, "Zeal without knowledge isn't good," and that's zeal is actually passion, right? So passion without knowledge isn't good. So I just want to encourage you to start clearing out the clients that you're not wanting to work with. I know that a lot of times in the beginning you really don't have an idea of who you want to work with, and I know that for me in the beginning, even like 15 years ago, before as I was starting my business, it was one of those things where I stepped in and I said, okay, I just want to help people, right? And you might be the same like that, right? I just want to help people. And so in that I just want to help people, it wasn't actually a good idea, because I ended up working with so many individuals that took more energy from me, and actually it just didn't become fun anymore. And I started questioning a lot. And so I just wanted to give you some a pointer today. And definitely, I'm coming to you live. So if you have any questions, you can always comment in the chat as well. And I'd love to respond to you and interact with you. But so my thing is that when you are looking for your ideal client, I want you to do this. I just want you to close your eyes. And you can do it now or take some time later after we're done. But I want you to close your eyes, and I want you to think about it this way and say, who do I want in my life? Like, who do I have as the ideal client? Okay, the ideal person that you want to work with. And for me, they like in my imagination, I said I actually started writing them down. Okay. I started writing them down, and I said, who do I want to work with? I said, I want to work with rapid responders, right? So I want them, when I give them a task, or when I speak to them, or when I say, even before I start working with them and I say something, that they immediately like respond back and do it, right? And that they're listeners. Okay, so they're not necessarily coming up with a bunch of excuses, and I'm not talking about the times where you're just like, oh, I don't know this part, or can you give me some guidance? I'm talking about constant excuses of why you're not doing something. Okay, and so that was my second. My fourth was I wanted them to be resilient. Okay, I wanted them to know that they're going to fall, they're going to fail, they're going to, have these bumps and bruises and ups and downs. At the same time, though, that it was worth it, right? It was absolutely, positively worth it, and that they were not going to quit. So that means that beyond a shadow of a doubt, they were not going to quit. So while I was coaching them and bringing them through that process, they wanted to do it. They even though that they had some hard times, they were going to still push past it. Okay. And then one of the other things I did, I wanted them to be was resourceful. So I could guide them and help them and say, okay, this is what you need to start doing. I want you to, go ahead and launch your YouTube live, or I want you to go ahead and, do your Facebook or whatever it might be. Or I want you to do this task. And that they were resourceful. They didn't know how to do it. That they went and they said, hey, can you show me? But hey, can you guide me as to where I can find this information so I could learn how to do it? And that they were going to go and be resourceful and, push through the learning curve and get it done. So those might be some things that you might want to write down for, for your situation, right? So that was something that was really big for me personally. It was one of those things where I said, these are the type of people that I want to work with. And then what I did was, just as a tip, I created an intake process. Okay. So I created a process where I had them fill out a form before they even went to work with me. And I would not say that I was going to coach them. What I would do is I do right now. I have a clarity session, okay, a clarity consultation. And I don't have it publicly. If you want to learn more about that, you got to inbox me, or you can actually inbox me really on any platform. You can go to tinypaxit.com and, and find me there. You can also go to Facebook or Twitter, any of those things, and look up the Truthpreneur and inbox me if you're interested. But what I did was I brought it through an intake form. One, I don't put it on my website. If you really want to work with me and you really are finding clarity and productivity, something that you really need, and you're trying to figure out the next steps in your business, what I did was I did what I just did now. I said, hey, inbox me, find me on Facebook, Twitter, Snapchat at The Truthpreneur. Go ahead and find me. That there told me that they were action takers immediately. I gave them a task. Okay? I gave them something to do. That something to do ignited in me, okay, this person wants it. Okay, that was number one. Then when they asked me, I went ahead and I sent them an email. And them checking it and then going to the page was another action. It's a funnel system, okay? Then what happens is I have a video playing that lets them know these are the individuals that I love to work with. And these are the things that I do in order to be able to work with them and that type of thing. Then I brought them to the process from there that they could go and see everything that my consultation had involved in it, right? Everything that it involved. Once they did that, they were able to then book a consult with me. Okay? It's a consultation. It has nothing to do, it's a 1-hour consultation. It has nothing to do with actually being coached. Okay? But it was a preliminary consultation. And what I would do, what I still do, is I have their I get all their information, I find out their website, their social media, and I put all the stuff together, right? And then once I did that, and I asked all the questions that I needed, I went and I go then, and they then go ahead and pay for the consultation, and then I go research, I do all that, we have our consultation. Then from there on, I figure out from there and I say, okay, according to your personality, how you are, the whole process, everything that you've gone through, I think that we're going to work really, really well together. And because we're going to work really well together, I want to give you a couple options. One, you can go ahead and this is what I offer for actual coaching, one-on-one. My slots are limited. I don't do very many a year. And so I have that. If I am booked out for the year and I don't have any slots available, I put them on a waiting list for that perspective from that. But then I also give them the option to join a simple mastermind, okay? That I can still coach, but it's more group coaching. Does that make sense? It also allows people that might not be able to do the financial aspect of it all, but they're able to then leverage it with multiple people in a group setting, okay, that will be more cost effective for them, right? Or they might not be ready for one-on-one coaching, okay? So what I do from there is I decide, okay, if you're not ready for one-on-one coaching, let's go here. And I put them in the mastermind, or I tell them that they can just go to my Igniting Clarity Facebook private group. And that's where I give tips and tricks and all that stuff. And I have full access to worksheets and conferences and speaking events and a bunch of different things that I am a part of. So that way they can, start getting ready for all that, okay? So what I do essentially is I did that. I closed my eyes. I said, these are the people I would love to work with. These are the characteristics. This is why I get so passionate working with them. I love it, love it, love it. And then I brought them through, and then I developed a whole funnel, okay, intake process. So with that, that actually protects me from working with individuals that, that are not going to be go-getters, or not going to be listeners, or might not be as resourceful, or not be resilient, or however. I can have an actual conversation with them. Sometimes in social media, I'll go back and forth, and we have conversations. And there's some times that I say, you know what, I have somebody that I know they need assistance in this area. There's somebody that I would love to introduce you to, because I'm a resourcer, right? So then I have multiple coaches that I am friends with that are in the industry, and that are all different levels, okay? I have ones that are amazing, but they're just kind of starting off. So I know that maybe price point, or, where they are, they're above, they're further along than the other person. So I know that they can actually go through the process. Then I have the other aspect of, the higher end coaches that are, in the industry alongside with me, and they love what they do, they're passionate, they have character, integrity, and I partner with them to say, okay, you know what, I'm going to connect you with this person because you'd be phenomenal, okay? For instance, they need like emotional or, health issues or things like that. They might want to be coached towards health and not necessarily business. Or they might just go towards another coach for a period of time, and when they're done with that strategy and go there, then they're handed back off to me, where I can then bring them to that process of accelerating where they're at, okay? So this is where you have your multiple streams of income in place. So that way you are not fearful, okay? You're not fearful, and you're not just taking any client, okay? So majority of the people that that reach out to me are from any live broadcasts that I do or anything like that, but they're also from my email list. So that means I've built some type of relationship, a like, know, and trust factor, where they kind of came through, and we're kind of building that. And I do emails that are very, very interactive, and I say reply to this email, because guess what? I reply to them, right? It's not this just one-way conversation where I just give them blog posts and videos and tutorials and websites and all this stuff that I can resource them with, or that they can attend, and then I don't give them any other added value or interaction with me. Okay, so I build that relationship. That is my number one. That's why I have multiple assistants to help me in whichever area that I'm working on. So hopefully that this has helped you. You definitely leave comments here if you're rewatching this live. I will begin doing more live as well. So very excited about that. And if you look in this description thread, I have a clarity challenge that will definitely bless you. It has blessed me. I have really just narrowed down, multiple things that have really brought me a lot of clarity, even in my walk of entrepreneurship. And it's called the 7 Days to Clarity. So you can go and do www.7daystoclarity.com/opt-in. And you're going to be exposed to 7 wonderful days, and just really great productivity tips and clarity tips that are going to, make you think. I have poured a lot. It's almost like a mini online course, no joke. I literally have that passion to help bring you into that place of clarity. And so I literally did videos, worksheets, the Facebook group, everything. It's like a mini course at no cost to you, so that way you can step into a place of clarity and understanding. Because if you don't know already, my name is Tanya Paxton. I am the Truthpreneur, and I help you simplify your life and streamline your business. And I so believe that you should follow your passion because it is the pathway to your destiny. And it being the pathway, right, not your actual destiny, you're going to go through so many different areas of life and so many different things, right? Like I had said in many different trainings that I've done, I started off, working like Mary Kay and a bunch of other stuff in direct sales. And then I realized it wasn't quite me. I didn't mind affiliate marketing because I love, resourcing individuals, and why not, with the things that I use on a regular basis. So why not share that? I would love to do that. So I do. But at the same time, it wasn't, the network marketing world wasn't really for me. So, then I did photography, and then, I moved on from there to being like a blogger and a social media person. So it was a process. It was a learning process. So you're going to have those different individuals in your life that might drain you throughout that process. And I'm going to leave you with this. I want you to definitely be encouraged that at any moment in time, you have the control to stop that, to put an end to that. So close your eyes, do this exercise, write down those individuals that you dream of working with. Write those things down, what their characteristics are. When you determine what their characteristics are, you can do, 4, 5, 6, and write those down. Then I want you to take and say, okay, do my other people align with that? No? Okay, I'm done with them. Okay? And how you can develop your intake process. Okay? Your intake process is extremely important, and it will prevent you, okay, from dealing with individuals that are not good for you. And you can do them justice by referring them to somebody else that you're working with. That's why it's very important to build teams. Very, very important. Build teams. If I can recommend anything to you, build teams. What that will do for you is, as you're resourcing and helping other individuals, you're going to be looked at also, even with a higher like, know, and trust factor, okay? Because you're willing to help them, right? And if you can't provide the service, you're willing to refer somebody that can, which is very, very important, okay? So again, you can find me at tanyapaxton.com. Right there has my bio, all my information, my website, and social media. You can take a look there. You can comment below this video. I will absolutely respond to your message, each and every one. And hop onto the clarity challenge. What do you have to lose, right? Just to get a little bit more clear than where you are now. All right, well, Tanya Paxton, the Truthpreneur. Follow your passion. It is the pathway to your destiny, and I have had a blast with you on my first YouTube live stream. All right, well, till we meet again on Igniting Clarity. Bye.